Hey Buns, well, it is time for a recap of FanFest 2021. In case you were not able to watch the festivities over the weekend, I'm here to get you up to speed today. Now, in case you're wondering about what news we got during the live letter from day 2, please stay tuned for that. That will be the next video that I release. I just wanted to get this one out as fast as possible, and it seems like there's a lot of info in this one, so it's best to split these videos up. Most of the info that I cover will not be spoilery, but there is like one thing that I think might be kind of spoilery that I'll say for the very end with a small spoiler warning beforehand. So let's start with the biggest and most wonderful announcement. I'm still very, very hyped about it. Male VIERA are going to be added to the game. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I'm still like, I really felt like I was dreaming whenever they announced it. It was the last thing that I expected. You should really watch my reaction, my live reaction that was a previous video to the news when they first unveiled it. Like whenever Koji, he was like, oh, but there is one more thing. What about the, and I'm like, what? It was incredible. I will never forget that. If you saw my video that I posted before FanFest, I was like, oh, male bunnies. Like that's just, there's no way that's going to happen. There's just no way they're going to give set. That's just too much to hope for, but I was wrong. I'm so happy. Yeah, also Hroth Girls will be added. That's fine. That's great, but Hroth Girls I think will not come in this expansion, but they are coming at some point, and that's great and all. But bunny boys, bunny bars, the release date for Endwalker is November 23rd, 2021, with early access starting on November 19th, so really as late as possible while still technically being fall. The other really big news is that there's an oceanic data center finally being added, and let me just say, I'm glad that this is coinciding with the data center visit feature, because it would be like kind of bittersweet to have to say goodbye to some of our Australian friends that we've grown close to over the years now that they finally have their own data center. Well, we won't have to say goodbye because they hope to have the oceanic server ready by 6.1, so I guess that means I can test how laggy it is with Ultimate. Before I go further, I want to very, very quickly recap all the new big information we got from the announcement showcase back in February. And I'm going to blast through this real quick because most of us do know these things. The first new job is Sage. That's a shield healer. The level cap will be increased to 90. We'll have 5 new role quests, similar to what we had in Shadowbringers. The trust system will get an update. We'll have a stat squish, so giant big numbers in combat will be shrunk down to a more manageable size. We'll have no more belts. Belts are gone. We'll have a new small-scale PvP mode. Island Sanctuary will be added, which is a chill side content, like Stardew Valley, I guess. And the new raid series is Pandemonium. It's completely original to Final Fantasy XIV, and we don't know much about it other than it's featuring Laha Bread on the cover. So with all that recap type stuff out the way, I wanted to jump into all of the juicy new info and things that we've learned at FanFest. The first major thing, of course, being the extended CGI trailer, which you can watch now. I'll put a link in the description box below. The trailer does have some character appearances that are somewhat spoilery, so watch at your own risk. It is now a full 6 minutes long, and you can hear the lyrics now pretty clearly. They told us the person singing those lyrics is actually Sam Carter, the vocalist for The Architects. And we can also hear Amanda Aiken on the Charlian part. She's the one who sang Tomorrow and Tomorrow. Reaper is the new melee DPS job that starts at level 70 and wields, you guessed it, a scythe. Actually, I guessed it. I absolutely called it. There were many things that I called. I was surprised to see. I had several accurate predictions from this FanFest. The Reaper will call upon a Void Sent to join them in battle. This is, like Sage, another completely original job to the Final Fantasy franchise, and the job quests start in Ul'dah, which makes a lot of sense because that's the home of black magic, and this has big black magic vibes. I think everyone I know that mains black mage has been talking about switching over to Reaper main because it's kind of like a black mage melee in concept, which is awesome. But hopefully not too much like black mage, because I hope somebody wasn't just like, what if black mage had positionals? Like, that's the evilest thing I can imagine. Another thing we heard about at the announcement showcase, but that was re-emphasized, was that the plotline involving Zodiark and Hydaelyn will end with the 6.0 patch, but a whole new story arc will take over from 6.1 and beyond. So there is much more story for Final Fantasy XIV to come. Yoshida said once again, and even more emphatically, FXAV is my life's work and I won't be leaving anytime soon. Charlayan, or rather Old Charlayan, is the new player hub city for Endwalker, and if you find it reminiscent of Idleshire, that is because Idleshire was part of a Charlayan colony in the Dravanian hinterlands that was abandoned with the fall of Alamigo. But I wonder if anybody at the time they decided to abandon it was just like, there must be Charlie another way. Yoshida said that there was supposed to be 6 starter cities back in 1.0 before he took over, Limsa Lominsa, Ul'dah, Gridania, Ishgard, Alamigo, and Charlayan, and it was all cut down to the 3 you know. Labyrinthos is another zone that we got a peek at. Yoshida said that it is underground, but I believe that it's actually bunderground because I think it is on the moon, or rather under the moon, in the moon. I think it's a hollow moon, and it has little bunnies living in it, just like the real moon. Because where else would you need an underground city? And who else would want to burrow underground but bunnies? It makes a lot of sense. I should say that yes, moon bunnies have been confirmed. That's the Loporits beast tribe. I will be calling them Hummingways because that's just what they are to me. But they do in fact live on the moon, or perhaps in it. Thavnair is of course the other new zone that was mentioned at the announcement showcase, but now we have some video of it, and I noticed some like weird purple stuff on the hills and the mountains around, and it seems unnatural. Like, it doesn't seem good. It's definitely not great. As well as the new town of Radzat-Han, where I assume the doors will open just a little bit before slamming shut on you. There was a new zone that they could only show us concept art of, a zone that they could say nothing more about, so I guess we'll just leave that one up in the air. They also showed us a new area with some kind of weird structure on the moon. I don't know, it looks like some kind of an observatory or something. Like, I don't know what those crystals might be, or who would have built something like that. Nope, doesn't ring a bell. The Magist Sisters will pick a fight with us. You might recall them from FF4, and while Yoshida said that through the story you'll find out what their role is, you can bet that the battlefield will be oversaturated with blood. They showed us footage of the new Endwalker dungeons, all of which are going to be involved in the future main story quests. You can watch this footage at your leisure, as well as all these other little clips I'll put in the description box down below, but I especially love the one that looks like you got swallowed by something, like you're in something's stomach. The four dungeon. The new Alliance raid series is Myths of the Realm, and it is not a crossover, but another completely original raid series concept. And that's something I'm really excited about with Endwalker overall. Like, there is so much completely original content that is new just for this expansion. Not a crossover, not a callback, brand new. All we know is that we will explore the 12. We will learn about the 12, fight the 12, I'm not sure, but no, it is not Eternal Bonding Savage, as some people were guessing. Details on the collector's edition now. So the first detail is that they're sold out. They're completely sold out in a NEU. Just a little small detail. I myself was not able to get a box either. So I really hope they restock, because well, you'll find out in a minute what I really want out of this box. The collector's edition includes the Endwalker special art box, a paladin figure with removable effects, like some of those pieces of the Passage of Arms spell effect you can take off if you want. There's an art collection and frame set, which includes Derplander's glow up. Can't even call him Derplander anymore. He looks so much better. I think his name is actually Meteor. And he definitely does look meatier. An Asm pin, please do not Google that. If you're not caught up with the story, please do not. And you can probably guess the thing that I really need. That's the Loporit mini plush, the Moon Bunny plush. I'm gonna need that. I'm convinced that that's why they had been flying off the shelves, or rather hopping off the shelves. The in-game items for the collector's edition are the wind-up Purom minion. Where's Paula? Oh, hold on, I'll tell you in a minute. The Arion mount and the Death Scythe. I personally do not like this mount because it has too many legs and it looks like a bug to me. It's a little creepy. There will be no physical discs this time around. This is because they said that over 80% of players last time bought the digital edition. So it's an always online game anyway. They feel like it's fine to just have only digital copies and no more physical discs. As for the version differences, this is a little bit complex, so I'm going to quote Yoshida directly to not cause any confusion. He said, if you are using Windows or Mac version and you want all the digital items and all of the physical items and the game, you should buy the Endwalker Collector's Edition. That includes the physical stuff, the digital stuff, and the Endwalker game code. That is for Windows or Mac, okay? Next, if you are on PS4 or PS5 or on Steam, it's different. If that is you, you're on PlayStation or Steam, and you want the physical items, then you need to buy the collector's box. The box does not have the game and does not have digital items. The box has only the physical items. And that is because when you are on PlayStation or Steam, you have to purchase the game code through the store there, and Square Enix cannot sell physical items with those codes that you purchase from the PlayStation Store or Steam. So what you would need to do, if you want the physical item, is to go to the PlayStation Store or Steam and purchase either the Digital Collector's Edition or the Standard Edition, and then go to the e-store to purchase the box that will contain the physical items, if you can find it. If it's not sold out, it's probably going to be sold out, but we have plenty of time till Endwalker releases, so I feel like there's a good chance they'll restock. If you don't want the physical goods, but you do want the in-game items, for you, there's the Digital Collector's Edition. And if you don't want the digital items or the physical items, you only want the game, just buy the Standard Edition. If you pre-order the game, you will get a wind-up Palom minion and the Menfina earring. And I just got mine because I got the Digital Collector's Edition while I wait for maybe boxes to restock. The Menfina earring increases your XP earned by 30% while under level 80. So it's very good for leveling from 70 to 80 now. Now, before I move on, there was a very serious announcement from Soken given at Fanfest. Soken is the sound director and composer for this game, and the news was that he got a cancer diagnosis back in March. The good news is that it is in remission. He is doing much better, but I really think that you should listen to Soken's message in his own words, because it's very personal and it's a message from him to you, the player, directly. So please watch it. I will put that link to the timestamp in the description box below, so you can just click and it'll take you straight to his speech. You really need to hear it from him. I don't think that I can tell his story. You should just let him tell it. All I can say is I'm very happy he's back and that he's feeling better. It's a very emotional thing to watch, so maybe watch it when you're alone. Welcome back, Soken. So, all right. I did save one thing that is a little spoilery here for the end, and this is probably a good time for me to just like wait a couple of seconds, take a breather. Well, if you don't want this sort of spoilery thing, well, thanks for watching. Okay. I actually had a debate with a friend of mine over whether or not this was actually spoilery, but we decided yes is kind of spoilery. It is the new screenshots of Garlemald. Decided this was a spoiler because Garlemald is such a big focus for Realm Reborn and Stormblood, and as you can see, it is gonna be pretty much a wreck. I believe that the Reaper trailer actually does take place in Garlemald, and that has interesting implications for what would a Reaper be doing there in a place where there was clearly so much death. Like, just from a lore perspective, I'm curious how that will fit in. So yeah, while Garlemald is a place that we will go, I wonder if there will be anyone left to greet us there. Like I said at the start of this video, I will be releasing my live letter recap video ASAP, but I wanted to get this one out to you quickly and as soon as possible. So yeah, thank you for watching it, and let me know what you thought about Fanfest. Oh my gosh, bunnies. That's all. That's literally all. No thoughts, only bunnies. That is pretty much what's going on in my head. Actually, before they announced male VIERA, I was overjoyed that we were just getting moon bunnies. Like, I was ready to settle for moon bunnies, but not only am I getting moon bunnies, I'm getting male bunnies as well. I'm so happy. I'm genuinely so happy. So yeah, there's other things coming in the expansion besides moon bunnies and male bunnies, but I mean, that's all just extra. If you like this video, please consider supporting the channel on Patreon or on Twitch. You can also support the channel for free by clicking the subscribe button or by sharing this video with your fellow moon bunnies. Maybe I will start saying that. What do you guys think? Anyway, thanks so much for watching. I forgot how it ends. Fear the Warriors of Light. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.